amidships, and I thought I could hear water. But anyway, if you were a sub captain, where would you aim? Amidships. So I thought, I gotta start thinking about death and accepting it. And I did. I thought about it, and you know, I can accept the idea. I could get killed. That's it. Okay?
And what did you vow to do?
I wanted to be on a gun.
Well, you were gonna do your job. You were gonna be, you accepted death.
No matter what my job was, I was gonna do it.
Okay, thank you.
So,
okay.
I volunteered to be a first loader because that was the most dangerous gunnery position. You stood above the gun.
Time out, you're getting a little bit ahead, sir.
Okay.
We need to explore the ship.
Oh, exploring the ship. A buddy of mine, we decided, let's go, this is important, as high as we can and as low as we can. So we go over to the bridge, there's a Marine standing there at the door. We had 25 Marines on the ship. What do you want, sailors? We want to get in there and climb up as high as we can. This is officers' country, you can't come in here. Okay, so we'll go down. Nobody stops us. We go down deck after deck, turbines, big machinery, and we get to the very bottom of the ship. There's a hatch. I open the hatch, a dim light. I can't see what's down there, but I start down the ladder, and all of a sudden my feet slip, and I grab the side of the ladder, and my wristwatch pops off, and I hear it go plunk into something. I happen to be where the oil storage tank is for the ship.
He's climbing into the gas tank.
Yeah, I don't know if you can swim in that.
I'm glad you didn't try, sir.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, there's a lesson to this story, and that is, when you're excited, you know, because you're 18, you're on this huge ship, it's cool, it's exciting, it's new, let's check everything out. When you come to the unmarked door, and you open it, and you're exploring, and then there's a little light bulb down the bottom. You don't know what's at the bottom of the stairs. The lesson is, let your friend go first. That is the lesson.
I was going to say don't light a match, but...
Yeah, there is that too.
Yeah. So, okay.
So you've explored the ship. You are going to volunteer for the gun, but I think we need to go to Ceylon first. Actually, let's do this one.
Oh, this is crossing the equator. We're at a war, okay? Look what they're going to do. These guys have been across the equator, and they have a card to prove it. Most of us did. There are 500 guys in one big long row. These are called shillelaghs. They're canvas, and they're hitting you as hard as they can. The water will make you trip and break your arms. We're in a war, and we got guys that actually broke their arms falling down. And some of these guys put a heavy bolt at the end, so when they would hit you, sometimes it would cut you.
So you have to run against the fire hose, the length of the ship, and then at the end?
When you got to the end, sat the fattest guy on the ship with an open stomach and grease on his belly button. You had to kneel down and kiss his belly button.
And then you officially became a shellback.
Yeah.
And he got a card that says officially a shellback, because otherwise you're a polywog. All right, so Ceylon.
Ceylon was this island right here. It was a big port for the British fleet. And right over here are two islands that still supply oil today. Japan had no oil fields. They had to come here to get this oil, big refineries. The British asked the U.S., would you send a carrier with us? We want to send our ship, the illustrious carrier, 2 carriers, and attack and try to destroy the oil facilities. So we went there. And on the way, before we got to Ceylon, which is Sri Lanka now, you could smell it. It smelled like an open sewer. When we pulled up, it was so bad, some guys were getting sick to their stomachs. And right away, we tied up, and there was a garbage scow between us and the pier. And the Indians, the guys, they were about this tall, no socks, no shoes, just a little thing here. Poverty, unbelievable. They would grab the garbage and run home with it. In order to dump more garbage after meals, they had to wash the guys off with fire hoses. Well, we're all up there looking down on all this, and somebody takes his shirt off and throws it over the side. We all took everything off except our shorts and threw it all over the side, our shoes, everything. The ship has a store, ship's store. You get your first uniform free. After that, you have to buy your own. So they had this store. We bought out every article of clothing and shoes in that store, threw it over the side. We were so impressed by the poverty.
And that's a great example. No one told these American sailors, hey, these guys are really poor, help them out. They just saw it and they just did it out of the goodness of their hearts. And this is another example of how in World War II, it's beyond a shadow of a doubt. America, we are the guys on the white horses, we're the good guys. And those Indian people will remember that the rest of their lives, that the Americans did that to them.
And we were successful. Years later, after reading a book about World War II, and it talked about those raids, they said the Japanese never got back to 100%. They never really repaired it completely. They couldn't, so it was a success.